Hello and welcome. I'm going to show you real quick how you can take a photo like this and do something like this, or why not this. So real quick, let's get into it. First off, the photo we'll be using today, I took it from Instagram from a photographer. It's actually called Young Love Studio. He has some amazing photos. So we are going to get one of those beautiful photos and then try to play with it. So let's fetch it. So I've gotten my photo, and one of the first things I usually do is to open it up on Snapseed. Yeah, so I'll open Snapseed and then import the photo, as you can see. Then next I do some healing using the healing tool. So when doing the healing, you try to zoom into the face so that it don't affect much of the texture. You remove just the spots that do not naturally occur, so like some of these blemishes and pimples, something like that. So you remove them. I'm just going to do that and then we'll come back to it. So after removing the spots, you can see the before and the after. There's a change here, so I'm just going to leave it like that. You don't want to clear off anything everything. You just want to remove some of those things and then leave the skin textures to be normal. Then next I'm going to play with some of the coloring of the image. This one is depending on what you want to do with it, so it depends fully on you. I'm just going to play with it a little bit. Yeah, I find this a little bit impressive. I see I've just made the colors to pop a little bit. Then now I want to apply the portrait feature. Here I'm going to make the skin smooth and then give some spotlight. And then one of the most important things on close-up portraits like this is the eyes. They really need to be very clear, they need to pop. So also push that up. There's something very important to note. You don't want to over push these things up. Like if they're not visible, you don't want to overtake them to the extreme. It's going to spoil the image. So the next thing I'm going to do now is I'll just export it and send it to Lightroom, where I'll continue the other edits. So I'm going to share with Lightroom and then I'll open Lightroom. And there we go, we have our image there. So from here, basically you can, if you've used Lightroom before, you can do a lot of things. So I'm just going to use mostly these two tools, the effects and the detail tool. Those are the two tools that I'm going to make use of. So they like mostly affect the skin texture. So when you take the texture down, as you can see, the skin gets smoother, gives that smooth skin. But we don't want to do this on the whole image because it's going to change things on the background, and that's not what we want to do. We don't want every part to be affected. It's going to affect the eyes, the teeth, and even her hair. We don't want to do that. So sharpening is just like contrasting. If you have removed a lot of the texture, you want to sharpen the image a little bit. So what we are going to do is we are going to let's reset this first. We are going to go here, then we'll create a mask. We're going to create a mask. We can just draw over the face where we need to apply the skin texture and then smooth it. So see, if you use the mask skin, you can draw a mask. I'm just going to do that real quick and then we'll get back to it. Well, this is not a good mask skin, but it's good enough to demonstrate what we want to achieve. So I've drawn, as you can see, even her ear. I've also drawn there. The opacity is very low. So from here now we can go to those features and then we reduce the noise to make the image a little bit calm, just like that. When you play those features, those are the two basic things that has to do with retouching on mobile. So if you see, if it's a dark skin somebody, this dehaze tool is going to remove that brightness that is there, like normal dehaze, how you dehaze fog. So you see, we can set it to be too bright, but I think this one looks good here. Yeah, just like that, we've added some change. And then from here I'm going to send it back to Snapseed. I mean, you may not follow this procedure like doing it to and fro. Anywhere that you see that you've gotten something that you can work with, then you can continue. You can end from there. So I'm going to open up the sharpening tool and then sharpen the image a little bit, because from where we reduce the texture, we lost some qualities. So let's just pop that up a little bit. Yeah, it's a pretty good image. I mean, from where we started, this one looks way more better than the original. So your portraits do not have to be boring anymore. You can just play with them. There are a lot of things I can do with this image. You can play a lot with it. There's so many things I'm not going to cover here, but I think this is good enough for the demonstration. Talking about things I can do at this level, I've just applied this common feature they call dodge and burn. So if you see, I've just highlighted the cheekbone, all these areas that has some deep shadows. I've made them to pop, so you can also play with images like that. We're not going to cover that here. This is just the basic retouching that we've done. So this is good. You can export it and then we are done. Thank you for watching.